So yeah, 119 lots, roughly 100 individual owners. We have one property owner who, as you saw in the CC&Rs, we basically give a 1-year time limit. It's not a limit because you can ask for an extension. We give a 1-year limit for building, and this particular owner is on 3 years. A recent site visit by the board and the ACC chair, the architectural committee chair, just recently, this last Saturday, identified really no progress since our previous visit with the owner, which was a month prior. Letters have been written, things of that nature, and it's now escalating itself to the point where we as a board believe that a fine needs to be put in place. We can all, having been face to face with the property owner, knowing some of the history of payment to subs and non-payment to subs and things of that nature, we realize that this will escalate beyond just fines. We can predict as much. So that's our very pertinent item that we have as an HOA board, something that we certainly believe is out of the scope of our expertise and something that would require the skills of an individual such as yourself.
Oh, and just so the rest of the members of the board are aware, Darren talked to me about that over the phone and a few days ago when he was down here in Boise. And I've thought about that quite a bit. The first thing, obviously, that I want to do is look at all the correspondence you've exchanged with the homeowner so far. And you may very well be at a point where I would recommend that you as a board simply take a vote to proceed with some enforcement action. And it may be that what you want to do is you may want to say, we want to start the process of mandating through an affirmative injunction that you get it done. Now, one of the shortcomings of your current fine regimen, as I've read it, is you're limited to $500. And for a problem of the scope of somebody not getting his construction finished in a timely way, to me, that doesn't seem very adequate. That's a fairly small slap on the hand, probably not something that's likely to get a homeowner's attention.
It hasn't so far.
Yeah, as you go through the process of determining what fines should be and how you want them to operate, you may want to come up with a schedule of fines for specific types of violations of your architectural standards. And failing to get construction finished should probably be more important, for example, than whether you do or don't have the right number of trees planted in your yard.
Yeah.
So one of the downsides of one size fits all fines is they typically don't work very well in the most egregious situations because they aren't really designed for them. So I'd want to review those in more detail to determine what other kinds of remedies you could pursue. But it seems to me that you're at a point now where you need to get serious about it. I don't know what the size of your treasury is. One of the things that you do have the ability to threaten to do is to say, okay, homeowner, if you don't repair it, we're going to go out and hire the contractors. You have to go to court typically to do that, to make sure you're not engaged in an illegal trespass. We're going to go ahead and hire the contractors to finish the work, and the cost of hiring those contractors will become a compliance lien or a compliance assessment that we can enforce by lien against your property. And that seems to be a route that's permitted by your existing CCRs. And that's not a fine and it's not a penalty. It's just an assessment. It's a special assessment against a particular property owner. So your charter documents appear to allow you to pursue that kind of an approach. And even if you don't do it, it's worth threatening it, I think.
Right.
Yeah, we are aware of that. Unfortunately, I mean, it would probably just be a threat because our treasury is not that big. So